welcome back to my channel SAP is Fair. In this video, we will continue MM interview questions of series 1. If you have missed out part 1 of the series, you can go to my previous video or can go through the link given in the description below. So here we start with the part 2 of first series. What is release procedure? Release procedure is approving certain documents like PR or PO by criteria defined in the configuration. It is sensible to define separate release procedures for different groups of materials for which different departments are responsible, and to define separate procedures for investment goods and consumption goods. How do you display parked documents? There are two possible transactions to use here. They are FB03 and FBV3. The first shows all posted document types. This is the best choice if you think the document has been posted to your actual balance. The latter shows only parked documents that have not yet posted to your expenditure balance. These documents are still encumbrances. It is the best choice if you are trying to find which documents are still awaiting completion or approval. This transaction is very similar to the FBV2 transaction used with P-card reconciliation and marking parked documents complete. How do you perform an invoice verification? Use transaction MIRO. If the invoice refers to an existing document, then the system pulls up all the relevant information like vendor, material, quantity, terms of delivery and payment terms, etc. When the invoice is entered, the system will find the relevant account, automatic posting for sales tax, cash discount, corrections, etc. When the invoice is posted, certain data such as average price of material and price history are updated. How do you perform a goods issue? Use transaction MIGO. On the initial screen, enter the header data. You need not to enter the movement type or the plant as these are automatically copied from the order. Choose goods issue, create with reference to order. If you know the order number, enter it directly. Using the byproducts indicator, you can simultaneously post the goods receipt of plant byproducts. Using the Choose Transaction Events indicator, you can display all transactions or events for an order and choose the transaction events for which you want to post a goods issue. Copy the desired items, check the data on the overview screen, and post the document. What is goods issue and goods receipt? A goods receipt and goods issue are important tools for managing inventory. A goods receipt allows you to bring in inventory that is increase inventory levels, while a goods issue allows you to reduce inventory levels when a good needs to be removed. How will items be returned to the vendor? When you are posting a goods receipt for a purchase order, you can also enter items that you want to return to the vendor. To do this, you no longer have to reference the purchase order with which the goods are originally delivered. From the item overview, choose 161 as the default value for the movement type. Enter the data for the written item and post the document. What is SAP source list? The SAP source list comprises the list of vendors that should be sourced for a material in a particular plant and for a specific period of time. The list is created by material and plant combination and specifies the validity period during which the vendor is the preferred source of supply. How do we get a proper list of vendors to send an RFQ? Either use the information record to see who has sold a particular material to the organization in the past, or go through the source list. What are the components of the master data that details a company's procurement used by vendor evaluation, for example? The key components of master data are material master records, vendor master records, purchase info records, source list records, quota arrangement records, service master records, batch master record and condition record, etc. What is vendor evaluation and how do you maintain it? Vendor evaluation helps you select the source of supply by a score assigned to a particular vendor. The scores are on a scale of 1 to 100 and are based on different criteria. Use transaction code ME61 and enter the purchasing organization and vendor number. What is the difference between MRP and consumption-based planning? The main difference between MRP and consumption-based planning is in the requirements calculation. MRP calculates the net requirement by considering the warehouse stock and scheduled receipts. The main objective of MRP is to make the material available in the right quantity at the right time, which could be then consumed or delivered based on the requirements. CBP calculates the requirements based on events like when the stock level falls below the reorder point. CBP contains procedures like reorder point planning, forecast-based planning, and time-phased planning. What are departmental views? All functional areas of the system use the same material master data. The material master data is defined in individual screens that can be added as needed. Thus, a material can be created with only basic data and other departments and can add other information later as it becomes available. Is material data valid for all organizational levels? Control of master data depends largely on how each company sets up its organizational levels, centralized or decentralized. Some material data is valid for all organizational levels while other data is valid only at certain levels. That is client, plant, sales organization, etc. Mention what are the types of special stocks available. The types of special stocks available are subcontracting stocks, consignment stocks, pipeline handling stocks, stock transfer using a stock transport order, returnable transport packaging stock, third-party stock, and project stocks, etc. What is blanket purchase order? A blanket purchase order, also known as a standing purchase order, is an agreement arranged between an organization and a supplier to deliver goods or services at a predetermined price on a recurring basis for a specified time period. The use of a blanket purchase orders enables you to procure a variety of consumable materials or services from a vendor up to a predefined value limit. So that's all for this video. We will continue this series in next video as part 3, which will contain 15 more questions. So do like and subscribe for all upcoming interview question series. Thank you and have a good day.